Hello vinyl community, this is Randy. I am going to show you some old records today. I'm wearing this shirt. It's a Black Flag shirt. I don't know if you can read what that says, but it says, "Is it in her heart, her mind, or is it real?" Why am I wearing this shirt that's obviously too small for me? I was watching one of Corey's videos, Just Add Vinyl, and he was telling a really cool story about when he was like a kid and he borrowed one of his brother's concert t-shirts to wear to school, and I was just thinking about, I have some pretty old t-shirts, and so this was really old. This is from the 1986 tour, Black Flag tour. And I figured I would show you some hardcore, some stuff I have in my hardcore collection from my hardcore days. I graduated from high school in '78. I tried to keep up with newer music as it came out. I had the second Ramones album, not the first one. Got Sex Pistols when that came out. So I was, pretty up on music. So then the hardcore years came in. I got introduced to Black Flag, and boy, suddenly everything else was out the window. I just rejected all the classic rock and everything I'd been listening to, and I just totally switched over to hardcore. So I'm going to show you these really not in any kind of particular order, but these will be the years probably like 1980 to 85 or so. This will be like my junior year of college up till about 85 when I joined the Air Force. So 83 to 85 are really the 2 years when I was just drifting and not really doing much of anything besides listening to music and having a lot of fun. So I'm just going to show you these from this year. So like I say, not in any order. This is a compilation album. There were a lot of good hardcore compilation albums. I was watching Vinyl Richie last week, and he showed Let Them Eat Jelly Beans, which is one that I used to have, but I no longer have that one. But I do still have Hell Comes to Your House, Compilation, the big bands out here, 45 Grave and Christian Death. I think also Social Distortion and Red Cross are the bands that you would have heard of. This came with an inner sleeve, the lyrics from all the songs. So that was really cool. I also have just a couple of old, not very many, of these old flyers. So 45 Grave came to Knoxville. Whoa opened in STD September 23rd. I'm not sure what year that was. Probably maybe 83 or 84. Maybe earlier, 81 or 82. Yeah, 45 Grave. Great band. TSOL. I got a few 7-inch singles back then. Mostly albums. And really what happened a lot back then was like... one of the friends in my group of friends would get a record, and I would make a tape of it. So I had lots of tapes, and a lot of these hardcore records were ones I didn't necessarily buy. I just listened to a lot on tape. So we're actually listening to a tape right now of this is several. It's Black Flag. I think this Jealous Again. I'm not sure though which one this is. So anyway, True Sounds of Liberty, TSOL, 7-inch single. There's like an EP, TSOL. Just 5 songs on here. TSOL also came to, this poster is really messed up. This has just been stored away, but they also came to Nashville. These were just posters that would be put out like on, telephone poles. So, yeah, they're not like valuable posters or anything. I have just a couple more posters here, which I'll show you real quick. Circle Jerks came by. The Circle Jerks show was really cool. Coro and Turbine 44 opened for them. I knew these guys, and Coro and Turbine 44, and it was a really good show. Turbine came out and played first, and Coro came out and played every song they knew, which was about probably 20 songs. That took about 15 minutes. Circle Jerks came out, and I think they played every song that they had. That took maybe 30 minutes or so. Coro came back out, played every song they knew again. Took about another 15 minutes. Circle Jerks came out again. Played every song they knew again. It was great. It was just it was a fun party, great time. Very enjoyable. I don't have any Circle Jerks records though, so I'm just showing you that one now. I also don't have any Suicidal Tendencies records. I had this on tape, of course, the famous All I Wanted Was a Pepsi record. This was on March 20th, once again, probably 83 or 84. Hard to say for sure. Channel 3 was another hardcore band that came and played. I think this is the same band, Channel 3 or CH3. To tell you the truth, I'm just not sure about that. These were hardcore bands though, so that's it for the posters. Yeah, like I say, there were lots of compilation albums, so Maximum Rock and Roll presents Not So Quiet on the Western Front. This was a 2-record set. I think there were like 40 bands on here. These were just all short songs. I mean, there's just so much on here, so much to absorb. But I think I did end up getting records by some of these bands. Maybe I did. Anyway, yeah, compilation album there. Let's see here. Yeah, Descendants. This is one that I did not buy back then. I joined the Air Force in '85 and went to Germany for about 2 years there, 85, 86. I did not buy any albums at all because I was like at school for Air Force, so I just bought like some cassettes. But then when I got to Germany, I bought some albums, and I was still into hardcore by the time I got there in '86, and I bought a few albums that I hadn't been able to buy when I was, in 82 or 83. So Descendants is one of the best albums ever. Milo Goes to College is, I think it fits into hardcore, but it's like pop music, or these genres are so. I listen to these bands and I'm classing these all as hardcore, but none of them really sound alike. Genres are just so difficult. Minor Threat, also another band that, we listened to it all the time, 82, 83. I never had the record myself. I got this in Germany. This is a compilation of their first 2 EPs. So this is, this is the one that has Straight Edge on it, which was their big rallying cry for Minor Threat, the Straight Edge thing. Got another Minor Threat. This was the really big one. This album is so great. This might be classified as an EP. This is just, you put this on and it's just 20 minutes of just pure pleasure. I just play side 1 and side 2. It's great. Fantastic. Yeah, Ian Mackay, Minor Threat. Dead Kennedys. I had quite a bit of Dead Kennedys before I ever joined the Air Force. This is one that came out in 86 after I joined the Air Force. I listened to this like once or twice. It just got to be so political by this point that I didn't find much pleasure in listening, but I still have that record. Here's one that came out in '83. This is just an EP. In God We Trust Incorporated. I saw somebody else showing this one lately. I think they were calling it In God We Trust. I think the incorporated part's a pretty important part of that title. Got Jesus hanging on the $sign cross. I like this one a bit more. Played that one some. Another album that, classed in there as hardcore, but this band just sounds nothing like Black Flag or FUs or anybody. Flipper. This is their album, Generic Flipper, and this was just I don't know, are they more like post-punk or just a psychedelic band or drone rock? I don't even know what they fall into, but it's a fantastic album. Their next one was called Gone Fishing. It wasn't quite as good, I think. Had a cool enter with lyrics and everything. The band and everything. Most of these SST and Alternative Tentacle records, they all have like inserts in them so you can order merchandise or records, shirts. This is Negative Trend. This is a band that preceded Flipper, so I think they fall into the hardcore category. There were people here that played in several other bands. They have the whole here's one of these sheets that I'm talking about with all the merchandise on it. Label looks like there, and then Negative Trend. So they were a little bit earlier, 77, 79, let us say. Will Shatter went on to be in Flipper. There were also people from Toiling Midgets. There was another band that I had heard of here, Pearl Harbor and the Explosions. So, yeah, the Zeros, the Offs, I think was another band that became pretty well known. Negative Trend. The Adolescents, this is one that I listen to all the time, 82 to 83. I bought this in like 87 in Germany. This is a German reissue. Adolescents, this is just a fantastic album. Yeah, this has some pictures of the band and lyrics on here. I think this is a German pressing. It says it includes 3 extra tracks, so this is on Weird System Records. Yeah, Adolescents, fantastic band. Angry Samoans, another one that I got in Germany. Listened to them, when it came out in 81, 82. I had a tape of it, so I saw it in Germany and I bought it there. Love this album. They had another record too, which I think I liked even better. I can't remember what that was called, but it's on this tape that we're listening to now, and we're going to hear some of that in a minute if we get that far. So, Angry Samoans, a band with a really good sense of humor. Seems like they would have been a lot of fun to see. I never saw this band live. Bad Brains, I did get to see live. Wow. This is a record that I bought in Germany. I had in 82. They put out a cassette. It was a cassette only. It was called, I think it was just called Bad Brains. It was a green cassette. That was really good. ROIR was the label. Yeah, I saw them live. Anybody who saw Bad Brains, I'm sure, was permanently affected by that. Such an incredible band, so much energy. Of course, they also went from hardcore, to doing some reggae songs. So it was really a good mixture. DC band, I guess, up there with Minor Threat. Black Flag. This is one I got before I joined the Air Force. I don't think this was the original issue of this, though. This has Louie Louie included on it, so I'm not exactly sure what that means, but this was an early issue, so 82 or 83, somewhere in there. I think maybe they just added Louie Louie there. So this is the one where Henry Rollins came and joined the band, and they basically re-recorded. I think they re-recorded several songs here that had already been recorded once before. I'm not certain about that. But yeah, Black Flag. This was really my introduction to hardcore. A friend turned me on to this, and I was just hooked. I mean, Black Flag really became my favorite band there for several years. So they had some contract problems, and they couldn't release an album for a year. And then in '84, they got that straightened out, and the floodgates opened. So slip it in. Yeah, I don't think there's anything to see here. Well, maybe there is. Oh. Oh, there's an advertisement for a cassette, Live 84. And I think I had that cassette somewhere. What do with those? I have to look for those cassettes. I stacked those somewhere, so I'm going to pause just for 1 second. Okay, I found the cassettes over there, so switching from records just for a second, I was happening to notice on there, so they had this advertisement for Live 84, so like I say, those years from like 85 and 86 when I was in the Air Force and in training and language school, I just bought cassettes, so I got Black Flag, Live 84, then I also got Family Man. Came out at that time. I bought another copy of Slip It In because I liked it so much. Loose Nut, That's a good one. Well, Black Flag cassettes. This Minutemen cassette, I'm pretty sure I got this before I ever joined the Air Force. I don't know why I got it on cassette instead of on record, because I always liked records better, but this is my first Bells. Yeah, so this is a compilation of like several of their early EPs. Minutemen is another band I saw live. I don't have a poster for them, but another great show. Oh, here's more True Sounds of Liberty. I forgot that I had a cassette by them. This is called Beneath the Shadows. DOA, band from Vancouver, Canada. They came and played, and Knoxville was where I was living. They came and played, and yeah, I knew the guy that played in the band that opened for them, and yeah, he got to meet him and stuff. And he had some pretty good stories about that, which I can't tell. Misfits, Legacy of Brutality. So, yeah, we really got into the Misfits there in about like '82. Boy, they came on the scene. They just kind of took over. I never got to see them. So, yeah, this Legacy of Brutality. I have Walk Among Us on CD that I got in Germany, but I never had the Walk Among Us album. Swinging back to records now. Black Flag, My War. Came out in '84 also, I believe. '83, actually is what it says for that one. Then there was this band, Nig Heist. This was really like a novelty type thing. This was like the road crew for Black Flag. It was like personally, I was like they meant to be insulting and stuff. It was meant as a joke, I guess. I hadn't spent any money on that, but anyway, still have that. Anyway, so I have just a couple more 7-inch singles I'll show you here. So, The Deadbeats, Kill the Hippies. This is one I never did listen to very much, but that just because of that song, Kill the Hippies, that was very much sort of the mindset at that time. Like I say, a total rejection of classic rock and just anything to do with that. Oh, yeah, Dead Kennedys. Too Drunk. I mentioned this before in a previous video that I think this was their answer to the Hank Williams Jr. song, Why Don't We Get Drunk and Screw? Jealous says Too Drunk. So, Kill the Poor. Dead Kennedys. Holiday in Cambodia. Very strong song. Yeah. Here's another Dead Kennedy song about Nazi punks. Yeah, this has the armband in it. It was actually the original one from there. Yeah, Fear. Beat Christmas. The one thing that really got me into the hardcore thing was when Decline of Western Civilization that came to Knoxville, and we all went to see that, and just really liked a lot of the bands in there. So Fear, Black Flag were in there. 7-inch single of Black Flag doing Louie Louie. This is before Henry came along. This is with Des Cadena singing lead vocals. X. You know, I wouldn't put them in the hardcore category at all. They're really more like rockabilly or something, aren't they? But they were in that movie, Decline of Western Civilization. So for that reason, I include them here. Here's another Flipper song, Get Away. Awesome song, trippy, trippy. And the flip side is The Old Lady Who Swallowed the Fly, which is truly mind-boggling. Bruce Lewis from Flipper recorded his own single. This is a fantastic song. It's not hardcore at all. It's certainly post-punk, I think. These last three are like some hardcore albums. This is when these came out like '83, '84. These were more like, I guess maybe like a British band, a couple of British bands, Kraut, Subhumans. They were just really political. So I think living in the United States, their music just didn't really sizzle. It's never been played. And then finally, Negative Approach. This the most valuable record in my record collection, according to Discogs. The average price is $500. If anybody can tell me why, I'd be interested to know. And certainly, if anybody wants it, please let me know, because I have absolutely no use for this record. I'd love to find somebody to take it off my hands. But Negative Approach, they were a hardcore band. It's just that the really hardcore stuff where they get into more of the growl rock type vocals, and it just didn't do too much for me. So that's it. That's just a brief review of my hardcore collection. So hope you enjoyed it. If you have any thoughts on any of these bands, I'd be interested to know what those are. So let me know what you think about those, and have a great day.